Whether it's scripted or not, wrestling continues to be the most beloved sport in the world. Many are still tuning in, and as of late, WWE legend The Undertaker receives praise from fans after his One Deadman show in Cardiff, Wales. After all these years, this living legend is still the GOAT of wrestling. Find out what happened at this recent event and more in today's video, so keep watching if you don't want to miss out. WWE legend The Undertaker receives compliments from fans after his One Deadman show in Cardiff, Wales. After retiring, The Undertaker is now back on the road. The Deadman is once again entertaining his followers after 30 years of engaging the crowd. However, he's not competing this time as a wrestler. The Undertaker has even launched his own show where he discusses his life experiences and divulges some rarely heard stories. In Cardiff, Wales, The Undertaker gave his One Deadman performance and the UK crowd responded quite well. The general public showed Mark Calaway a lot of admiration for his performance. Throughout the entire performance, Taker was gracious to his fans. He even made the time to say hello to everyone backstage. One fan in particular sent Calaway a painting of The Undertaker's face that was created by him after the performance. Although it should go without saying, The Undertaker has fans throughout the world and not just in Cardiff or the United States. While many individuals were not as fortunate to encounter the Deadman in person as the Cardiff residents were, they were nevertheless able to express their admiration for him on social media. After the One Deadman show, Mark Calaway thanked his fans on social media. Following the tweet, admiring comments poured into The Undertaker's Twitter account. Pro wrestling has been influenced by the Deadman for over 2 generations. Even though he's no longer a professional wrestler, Calaway still travels the world to meet his fans. In other related news, The Undertaker aims at his most memorable grave marker. One of the most famous and guarded finishes in WWE history is The Undertaker's tombstone piledriver. So to whom was he concerned about giving it? The Undertaker's arsenal of power-hitting maneuvers was quite diverse. His trademark big moves included the chokeslam, piledriver, and the last ride powerbomb, all of which gave his opponents the willies. The tombstone piledriver is thought to be the trickiest one to pull off. It entails the wrestler holding the opponent belly to belly before stooping to kneel head first. Mark Calaway has devoted his entire life to playing The Undertaker. Throughout his illustrious WWE career, The Undertaker delivered several tombstone piledrivers, but there was one in particular that he was concerned about failing to execute. Fans of professional wrestling have received an unexpected present from his retirement, wherein the Deadman, likely, won't ever work another match, but now that he can speak outside of character, since he is full of fascinating anecdotes and wisdom. While many wrestlers during the Attitude Era became famous by fusing reality with wrestling, Taker always kept faithful to the persona. The American Badass gimmick was disliked by some WWE fans, even though it was just Calaway's personality turned up to 11. The 57-year-old's recent public appearances have revealed a more sincere side of him, and some of his anecdotes have been instructive. He told Ryan Satin on the Out of Character program one such story during their conversation. When asked about his most memorable tombstone, The Undertaker mentioned Mark Henry because of the man's enormous girth, which left him unsure of whether or not he would be able to complete the challenge. "And always my number one goal always is to protect my opponent," the renowned legend explained, saying, "I knew at that particular time I was strong, I was healthy, but Mark is a big dude, and he was a really big dude when I tombstoned him. I think that time, just on the sheer fact that I was so proud of myself that I tombstoned him and I didn't hurt him. So I'm gonna go with Mark Henry on the tombstone." This may come as a surprise to many, but wrestling does involve a lot of stunts from both parties, and it's common courtesy to be mindful of how you'll handle your opponent. There are now a few powerful men in professional wrestling, but few have moves as potentially harmful as the tombstone. WWE has largely prohibited piledrivers for more than 20 years, but The Undertaker was nonetheless permitted to perform his variety because of his history of defending his adversaries. The less said about Undertaker vs. Goldberg at Super Showdown 2019, the better, as he hurt Bret Hart in 1996. But even so, The Undertaker used this move hundreds, if not thousands of times, and he almost always succeeded in shielding his opponent. Protecting Henry was even more astounding, considering that he weighed more than 400 pounds when he took the piledriver. These high-impact maneuvers are often avoided in WWE today, but because the tombstone was essential to the personalities of Taker and Kane, they were both allowed to keep using it. Kazuchika Okada essentially gave the move his own spin in NJPW. He occasionally spins in midair as he executes the finisher, adding force to the impact. However, The Undertaker's original tombstone still reigns supreme. Since we're talking about how influential The Undertaker is in the wrestling industry, we may as well shed some light on how this icon played a crucial role in bringing back one of Triple H's most loved stars. What exactly did the Taker do, you ask? Keep on watching to find out. The Undertaker has contributed much to the organization, and he will undoubtedly be remembered for a very long time. From founding the company during one of its most difficult periods to producing some of the biggest names, Taker has served as an inspiration to many celebrities. The WWE superstar who just returned to the organization recognized Taker's covert role in it as well. One of NXT's best wrestlers, Johnny Gargano, just made a surprising comeback, to the ecstatic cheers of every WWE fan. Additionally, a recent episode of the After the Bell podcast by NXT Superstar revealed that Taker was a key factor in his comeback. Here's what Gargano has to say about the Taker. I watched the hype video for Shawn and Taker from Mania, and I sat there in the kitchen. Candice was right there. She can tell you this. I watched this hype video, and it just hit me watching this video. I was like, this is what I want to do like I want. This is where I want to be, and this is what I want to do. This is why I got into this. Like, to have videos like these about me, but also to like WrestleMania's stories and matches, and I haven't had that yet. Undoubtedly, one of the best matches in business history is the Undertaker vs. Michaels confrontation. Gargano thought that he still hadn't taken equivalent action in light of this situation, and he was inspired to do so, which is why he returned. The link between Deadman and WrestleMania is well known to WWE fans. Throughout his illustrious WWE tenure, Taker compiled a fantastic record of 25-2. However, none can compare to his match against Shawn Michaels when it comes to his most memorable WrestleMania match. Taker and Michaels represented two heroes engaged in a battle that was crucial to them from the moment they initially locked eyes until the last Tombstone piledriver. Given that WWE sacrificed Shawn Michaels' career to establish the Streak's legitimacy, it's one of the best battles ever. The two wrestlers' ferocity and fire have never been matched in the history of the business. If you're still doubting if the Deadman is influential or not, we just caught wind of how a young boy imitated his signature move at a restaurant, which instantly became viral. Growing up, almost every child enjoys watching wrestling, and most of them also think that the plot lines of the WWE are true. Children like mimicking the wrestlers' distinctive motions and fantasizing about entering the ring. It's interesting to see a kid mimic the Undertaker's moves, and it might even bring back some fond memories for you. On the Instagram profile Ro Knows Wrestling, the video was published where it belongs to a young man by the name of Ro, who obviously loves wrestling a lot. The child is shown in the video standing atop a chair while sporting a mask that looks like the Undertaker. A chef lights the table behind the youngster on fire as he raises his hands. When the Undertaker lifted up his hands, the ring used to light up. The child then removes his mask and utters the Deadman's catchphrase. Rest in peace, the young boy says, as he tries his best to copy the Deadman, with people at the back chanting Undertaker to hype him up as he stands with his arms up in the air. His performance was praised by many of the comments left on the video, which was only recently posted. The little wrestler has numerous recordings of himself imitating Hulk Hogan in addition to the Undertaker. As of the moment, Ro Knows Wrestling boasts 18,000 followers on Instagram. With that, we're ending today's video about WWE's famed Undertaker. Were you a big fan of the wrestling star? Let us know in the comment section below your favorite match of his. Before you go, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel with the notification bell on for more videos like these. We'll see you again next time, and thanks for watching.